Joining me now is Kelley Ortega, immigration attorney with Jamie Barron Immigration Law Group. Good morning. Thanks so much for being with us. So many directives on immigration coming down from Donald Trump, including declaring a national emergency at the southern border, shutting down that app. What are some of the immediate impacts of these policies?
Well, I think one of the biggest impacts that we're seeing is just an immense increase in fear and anxiety in the immigrant population, both inside the United States and those that are seeking to enter. One of the biggest consequences of removing the CBP1 app, unfortunately, is that while that was maybe a flawed app in sort of practice. However, it did provide an orderly process for people to seek entry into the United States to request asylum. Without that app and the desperation that these people feel, they will now be encouraged to try to enter between points of entry, risking their lives and also risking the lives of Border Patrol agents who now have to pursue them.
Okay, so that's the border. I'm wondering what you've heard from families who live in America, work in America, have children who are born in America, and are now very concerned, and I think that's an understatement, about these sweeps that are coming to round people up and send them back to the countries from which they came. What are families telling you?
Absolutely. There is an immense amount of fear, as you stated. I think fear is an understatement. There are families who barely survived the initial Trump administration, where there was a zero tolerance policy and families were separated, that given the border czar's language and President Trump's language, are fearing and making preparations for the worst in case that immigration does detain and remove individuals in a collateral fashion. They might be looking for Joe and arrest Susie at the same time and leave baby Billy, alone without anyone. So it's definitely causing, I would say, chaos. It's causing a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear within the immigrant community in the United States. And as of right now, what I know that my law firm and a lot of other law firms are doing right now is providing as much information and resources to the immigrant community so that they know what their rights are and what they can do in case of a detention.
Cracking down on immigration was one of the key tenets of Trump's campaign, and an overwhelming majority of Americans want to see some changes around immigration. So is there a right way to do this, Kelley? How do you fix a problem, but also respect people who have come to America and contribute to society and to the economy?
Absolutely. I think that you can separate it easily into two different issues. One is managing the border, right? To create an effective border, an effective process to detain people who are crossing unlawfully. That's definitely a priority that I think no matter on what side of the political spectrum that you fall on in the United States, I think that fixing the border is definitely a priority. However, we can't ignore that there are over 11 million people in the United States, and overwhelmingly the immigrant population in the United States, undocumented immigrants, are honest individuals who have no criminal history, who are paying billions into the tax and Medicare and Social Security systems in the United States. And there has to be a way, and the only way is through Congress, to create a pathway for permanent residency so that they can not only just establish roots, eliminate that fear, and provide not only for their families, but the future of this country as well, given their taxes, their income, everything that they're already providing, but in a more formal manner.
Well, you're going to be very busy in the days, weeks, and months to come. Appreciate you taking the time to speak with us this morning. Kelley Ortega is an immigration attorney.